Great. Thank you for following till this time. And there are few myths for morning routines as well as for night routines. Many of us believe sleeping longer in the early morning will help us to become more productive, which is completely wrong. After all, more sleep equals to more strength. It is hard to overlook the importance of rest, and sleeping is the best way to do that. However, we get this idea wrong. We need to go to bed early and get up early. Do you know why? Sometimes, when asked what we did during the week, we can answer only one thing, which is nothing but work. So, many people answer that what you have done in the entire week, they say that I worked. We do much more than that, but other activities slip beyond the scope of our awareness. The morning is when we reach our peak productivity. It is the time to grip our awareness from early dawn. Our creativity is brimming and ready to be used. Certainly, it is difficult to change our ways to appreciate the beauty of the morning, but it is worthwhile. So, dedicate your morning to the activities that will help you grow professionally, as well as personally, as well as family wise, and improve your relationship with your closed ones, loved ones, and cared ones. The key point here is not to postpone this until later in the day or worse, the evening of the day. So, have your priorities in the early morning. Experimenting with your own morning routine is already a great exercise for your brain. If you want to do experiment with your time and experiment with your morning routines, which is a great exercise for your brain. Remember the techniques that we have discussed till this time, tracking your time of every day, what you spent and where did you spend, how the energy levels at that particular zone, and what is your peak productivity on that particular day, and how can you plan for the next day, and what are the things to be ready to keep for the next day, and what time you need to go to bed, and before going to bed cutting down all the gadgets, the screen time, and how to overcome that, and how to become consistent, how to set a reward, how to set a punishment, how to make magnifications, manifestations, and to work on that. What are the ways? Reading, writing, painting, yoga, health, whatever you want to include in the morning routine. Remember that you need to wake up before 6 a.m. Why? Because that time you will have less distractions and more focus. Adapt several important morning routines and implement them. Ideas will not work until unless you act. Remember, you can do meditation in the early morning, and if suppose you do meditation in the evening or afternoon, that intensity will be very less comparative to early morning. Meditate in the morning, spend quality time with your family in the time of the breakfast, and read upon new trends or books that you are aspiring for. In the morning, your willpower will be more stronger, so utilize your willpower in high productive activities. Remember to do important things, not urgent things. So what you can do, what are the action steps that you take from this course is for 1 week. I'm not telling about the entire year, just for 1 week. Record everything you do during the day per every hour. Suppose you have started around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. What is the one activity you have done? 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Like this way, you track each and every day. Write on paper. Write on paper just for 1 week. You don't need to calculate the number of minutes. Estimate the time roughly. If you are truly occupied with your deep work, at least you write the estimation of this much in this hour I have spent on that. If you are having focus issues, or if you are having consistency issues, do it in the night time before going to bed. At least before going to bed, write down your wake up time. From that wake up time to that time, what you have spent every hour. Sort the activities into the most important and unimportant works. So you have spent on work in the early morning, that is unimportant. If you spent on your time on your career in the early morning, that is important. Write down which is one is important and which one is unimportant and how to sort it. Try to cut the time you spend on the urgent works which are not important and make the room of adjustment to your early morning routine. Share your morning routine to my email address or in the feedback so that I'll review it and give you suggestions to improve as well as to maintain consistency. Thank you so much for joining this course and completing it, and I always love to hear from you. All the very best. Have your ideal mornings productively and design your day with high energy and efficiency. Thank you so much. See you again in another courses. Thank you.